The French Revolution, Betamax, and the Purge are all on this day. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is June 7th, 2022. It is the 158th day of the year. We got 207 days left. It is the 23rd Tuesday in the 24th week and the 80th day of spring. You got 2 weeks till summer. If today's your birthday, you're a Gemini. And today's going to be an abbreviated video because I'm still suffering from COVID and I'm having a hard time maintaining a conversation because I'm having a hard time breathing. But I am on medication and things look good. So you should care for me because today is World Caring Day. Each year on June 7th, World Caring Day shines a spotlight on all the ways we connect and show each other that we care. After all, we should always take time out to celebrate the millions of acts of caring we see. Honestly, think as a society, we're kind of getting away from caring for each other. It's sort of that, I'm not saying for everyone, but for a lot of people, it's you're on your own, every man for himself type thing. It's too bad. Things run smoother when we're helping each other. All right, let's see what else June 7th has given us. 1788, the French Revolution, the Day of Tile. Civilians in Grenoble, I hope I pronounced that right, tossed roof tiles and various objects down upon royal troops. 1862, the United States and the United Kingdom agree on the Lyons-Seward Treaty to suppress the African slave trade. 1899, the American temperance crusader Carrie Nation begins her campaign of vandalizing alcohol-serving establishments by destroying the inventory in a saloon in Kiowa, Kansas. 1929, the Lateran Treaty is ratified, bringing Vatican City into existence. Now, there was a papal state before this, and it went back and forth when Napoleon took over Italy, and there's a long history of the Vatican being its own state, not being its own state, and then eventually being a city, then eventually being its own country inside the city of Rome. Now, oddly enough, Benito Mussolini, who at the time was the prime minister of Italy, he was the one that pushed for, kind of a resolution to this back and forth that the Vatican had been on. And yes, the same Mussolini who was the lapdog for Adolf Hitler. The guy's really not known for doing a lot of good, but maybe this was okay. After some back and forth negotiations, the papal and Italian governments kind of came to an agreement, which was called the Lateran Accords, which eventually turned into the Lateran Treaty. And if I'm mispronouncing any of that, I'm sorry. Like I said, I got COVID and it's killing my thought process and my voice. Now, the Vatican isn't the only country that's within Italy. There's San Marino. This is a mountainous microstate surrounded by north-central Italy. It's among the world's oldest republics, and it retains much of its historic architecture. This is a beautiful little country. It's the size of a medium city here in the United States, I would say. It's not that big, but it is completely encompassed by Italy. 1938, the Douglas DC-4E makes its first test flight. This one was groundbreaking as far as air travel goes. This really kind of turned air travel into a more reasonable situation. 1977, 500 million people watched the high day of the Silver Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II on television. And right now, the Platinum Jubilee's been all over the news. That's been quite a celebration there in the UK, or in England, however you want to call it. 1982, Priscilla Presley opens Graceland to the public. The bathroom where Elvis Presley died 5 years earlier is kept off limits. Movies released on June 7th, 2013, The Purge. Okay, I don't get into scary movies and things like this. This is kind of scary. It's not ghostly scary. It's just a weird situation, apocalyptic type thing. I liked it. I really did. I've watched all the Purge movies and they're definitely not my type of thing, but I really enjoyed these. The first movie in the franchise sees a rich family being held hostage during a 12-hour period when all crime is legal. This is like in the future when they decide this is how the poor can take from the rich. All the rich people basically hunker down for this 12-hour period. Interesting concept, and it was a pretty good movie. It starred Ethan Hawke, a bunch of other people, but he's really the only one I know who he is. Born on June 7th, 1978, Bill Hader, actor, comedian, and writer best known as a member of the Saturday Night Live cast. He was on Saturday Night Live. He was also in Tropical Thunder, Superbad, Trainwreck, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. In 2018, he was on an HBO series, or it's still going, called Barry, where he's a hitman, and it's pretty funny. But if you ever get a chance, watch Barry. It's pretty good. Died on June 7th, 1942, Clarence Tinker. He's the first Native American to serve as a major general in the U.S. Army. He served on the home front during World War I and also learned to fly. He lost his life during the Battle of Midway, becoming the first high-ranking officer to die in World War II. He is of the Osage Indian tribe, and he was Dwight D. Eisenhower's classmate at the Army Command and Staff College. Alright guys, sorry that one's so short. We'll try again tomorrow. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.